All right, so healthy sex life. I think a lot of people would say that was their goal, but how many people have reflected on what that actually means? I was in a coaching call this week, and this guy was talking about how he wasn't sure his wife was even interested in a healthy sex life. And I suspect he meant, and that many people mean, especially higher desire partners, a frequent sex life, an active sex life. So, where this is happening with some regularity, because the focus can be so much on frequency. But I think you could probably gather that just having frequent sex is not enough for it to be healthy. And in fact, it's not enough for it to be fulfilling. I have talked to so many people whose partners are showing up for sex out of a sense of obligation, just doing it for them, just to get it done, just to meet fundamentally some sort of quota. And so while this is an active sex life, I would say this is not healthy. This does not help a partner connect to desire. And this is actually not fulfilling for the higher desire partner. Higher desire partners long for their partner to want to be intimate with them, not just show up and get it done and not just do them a favor. So a healthy sex life goes so much further than just how active or frequent it is. So when I think about what would make a healthy sex life, first of all, I mean, maybe fundamentally, it is fun and easy for both people. Both people are looking forward to it. Both people are enjoying it. Both people find it engaging and fulfilling. There's a mutuality to it. There is a lightness and a playfulness even to it. It feels light and easy. I think that's the ultimate goal. And it actually makes me want to resurrect a quiz that I created a long time ago. How healthy is your sex life? Where I was looking at a few different specific factors to help you understand, how healthy is your sex life on these different elements. So first, there's a level of engagement versus avoidance of it. One of the most common things I see couples struggle with is what I've come to call the sexual avoidance cycle. You can find other videos and podcasts about that in my materials. But if there's avoidance or reticence to engage sexually, that indicates that something is at stake or there's some sort of pressure or something. It's going to make sense. Somebody is avoiding something for some good reason. So that's a sign of ill health. And then to what degree is there positivity around sex, respect, and supportive communication around it versus criticism, harping on somebody, blaming somebody, even hostility? Another aspect of what makes a healthy sex life is desire, actually accessing desire for physical touch and to be physically engaged with a partner. Not just going through the motions, not just doing it through obligation, but actually finding your way to wanting to do this with your partner. One more aspect of a healthy sex life, I think, is presence, your ability to relax and show up and actually be present with what you're doing and with the person you're doing it with versus being distracted, being self conscious, being in your head. And then there's a level of intentionality around your sex life. How much are you making a priority, putting energy into it, setting time aside, making sure that you've got the bandwidth to show up versus the kind of complacency or even neglect that couples can get into where they just sort of get on a routine and they're barely even there and it falls off the radar and it gets neglected and maybe goes a long time in between sexual encounters. So a healthy sexual relationship has like all these layers that you have to think about, not just whether it is happening and not just how much it is happening, but how is this happening for each person? And again, in my book, it cannot be a healthy sex life unless it is truly working for both people. So when I am working with my clients, when I'm working with my students, I am always coaching them to have this win-win in their mind, this vision of a fun and easy sex life for both people. It's the only way it's going to be healthy. It's going to be the only way it's going to be sustainable. It's the only way it's going to be truly fulfilling.